I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
You shot me.
Yes, Rodney, I shot you, and I said I was sorry.
You shot me too.
I'm sorry for shooting everyone.
What would you say you do here?
Well, look, I already told you.
I just want to suck it, see what it tastes like.
It's broken. Can you understand what he's saying?
I'm not a protocol droid.
I'm pretty sure that Beep is down.
I sense Count Dooku is above us.
Oh, yes, you're right. Beep is up. I think. Anyway, I agree. Up it is.
Also,
what's
What do you mean? I look great, Mo. Why would you flip him off?
Mo, just when you think that was taken out of the intro, it gets flipped right back.
It was.
Thought I was out, and they pulled me back in.
It never stops being funny, Mo. Like everything eventually stops being funny. Eventually, everything gets old. You managed to say something that would be funny forever.
Mm-hmm. And
Not
we'll
how
stop
gay you
using
are.
it and pretend like it's not funny anymore, and then drop it, and then say, "Ha ha ha! It was funny this entire time."
Oh, it'll come back. Yeah, like once we have like kids and grandkids, we'll teach them.
Yep. We will put it on the.
Congratulations, Mo. You have become eternal.
It's your fault, Hayden, because you bought Dustborn.
Generational trolling.
You mean this game right here that I bought too?
Oh, but I can't pre-order one game.
No,
I didn't pre-order that.
You still bought it.
I bought it off eBay. Someone was reselling it. Anyways, welcome to episode 54. We have a lot of fun topics to talk about tonight. Games feel like they're getting good again, so we're going to talk about that and maybe talk about the reasons behind it. But before we get started, Stankman, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Me and Nerd Slap had a pretty good Marvel Rivals stream this week with Big Back and Just JK. So shout out to them. And then Hayden, I watched Freerin.
Yeah,
it was really good. I liked it.
Hell yeah, there we
solid.
go. That's what I
Heard
like.
another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it just to see if it's good or bad. I can't.
It's pretty good.
It's like
I just need to know at this point.
You like
it's
boring.
Not super,
you might like it.
It's not
Maybe.
super like action packed, which I liked about it. It was a good change. It's more about like the character building and like the setting and the emotion behind it. I liked it a lot. Easy
And
going.
I like the action scenes that you get a little bit later in the season. They're very quick paced, like you would expect a mage that's thousands of years old to just be able to annihilate an enemy. That's exactly what she's able to do, and I love that they built that into it.
I also like that they set it up to be like at the very end of a journey. So it's like, all right, what happens next? But I only watched the first episode. But yeah, from so far it's really good. I like it a lot.
We weekend is some other time. Daggerdoll, are you there?
Yeah, I got like an eyelash in my eye or something. What's going on?
Is he muted for you guys too?
What?
I'm not muted. I
think
know
so.
for a fact I'm not fucking muted.
Maybe we should just skip him into
Every week it works.
No, because I know that I'm not muted.
Are you saying you got some mascara in your eye? In the muck?
Yeah. Anyway,
how are you?
I'm all right. Been doing pretty good actually. I'm just tired. I stacked almost a quarter wood today. It's like, and everybody's talking about this Expedition 33 game. Looks great. Everybody's streaming it. So I've been streaming some older games like Hercules, Disney's Hercules for PlayStation
Yes,
1.
I saw that.
Cool.
That's a great game. It was a little bit harder than I remember it being.
Hey, that's
Like,
one of the problems with that game. It's so hard.
Yeah, I was able to beat it on easy, and then at the end of the game, it's like, well, you're not a real hero if you don't beat this on a harder difficulty. Yeah, because the line from the movie is like to become a true hero or whatever. So we failed in our mission to become a true hero because I got all the way to the last level, and there's no save points.
Yeah.
So it's like a pretty short game, but you get all the way to the last level, and then just get killed over and over again by these fucking birds that swarm around you. It's crazy. But yeah, other than that, I also started playing God of War Ascension. I was telling you guys backstage. I'm going to play through all of those games chronologically, and that's been awesome so far.
Sweet. You saying that you didn't beat it on the hard enough difficulty. That reminds me, like, if you've ever gone to a place called Twin Peaks, it's like the Hooters knockoff.
Sounds familiar.
And if you order a beer, they're like, all right, would you like a teeny tiny or a man size? And you're like, well, shit. I have to drive, but come on, I'm a man. So
yeah, maybe I'll try. I'll try to get that. Try to beat it on normal eventually. I don't think I'll ever beat it on hard. The game's fucking not easy.
Mo, how are you doing?
Doing quite well. Just went over The Abyss, one of my favorite movies of all time, on the Monday Hangover, and other than that, you know, the great thing about doing that stream is I come here and Nerd Slap just has his way with me, and it just like any kind of goodwill and my self-esteem is like above a level where I don't want to end myself in Minecraft. Nerd Slap's like, no, settle down, please. So
you left The Abyss for some abuse.
It's always abuse. This is The Abyss, and Nerd Slap is the king of it. Look, Nerd Slap is evil.
I'll take that title.
No, Nerd Slap is The Abyss. You just have to be careful not to blink. That's the thing.
I'll take that title too.
So I'm doing fine. All Nerd Slap notwithstanding.
Hell yeah. And Erwin, Jess would like to know what your background is all about.
Well, I'm super jealous of all you people who have first world internet where you can stream video games. I really was hoping I could get out of my third world apartments, but looking like I might be stuck here. But I did, so it's like if I'm being stuck here, I finally turned the master bedroom into the master studio. I still need to get my all my comic books and stuff. Oh my god, does it take a long time to switch your bedroom with your studio?
Hey,
Turns
if I
out
can stream from my low tier Scotsman internet, you can stream from yours.
I get about 3 megabyte upload. Is that good enough to stream games?
Maybe.
It's not. Spoiler alert.
You're talking about old apartment building wiring also.
I can get 200 download, 3 upload. But yeah, I'll have some comic books here shortly. So I keep wanting to go back to pull things off, and I can't. I'm going to probably want to a few times tonight. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, great to have you on. Hayden, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I had a fun weekend where I was basically taken hostage as soon as I got home from work. I got here and my girlfriend already had 2 friends over at the house, and they were like, hey, we're going to a concert this Saturday. Let's just make it a whole weekend party. And so we went to concerts and went to a casino, but we did go to Fogo de Chao, the Brazilian steakhouse. And that was the highlight of my weekend, except for when I got home last night, I woke up today and I started playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
We're going to get into that one.
Yeah,
He cried like a girl. Everyone, he cried.
All right, I did. It's emotional, damn it.
He told us not to tell anyone. I can't. I'm a journalist. I had to get the hard hitting truth to chat. I can't wait to cry, dude, too.
Nerd Slap. I like all the new clips in the intro today.
Thank you. I just want to say that I thought I took it pretty easy on Mo today. I'm just saying. I know that's going to get clipped, whatever. But I have also started playing Expedition 33, and so far it's fun. It's a beautiful game. The music is phenomenal. I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
Yeah, me too. I've put in like 5 hours so far. Can't wait to play more. But Norman, what have you been up to?
I basically had a big movie weekend. I went to the cinema on Friday and saw Revenge of the Sith, of course, in a packed out theater, I must say. Like, I can't remember the last time it was literally everyone in the film. And it seems like everyone who went to see Revenge of the Sith the other day had the same problem, where there was the guy 2 rows back and 3 to the left who was saying every single meme dialogue you can imagine. Yeah, I see Erwin shaking his head there. And then, I kind of came home and kept it going. I watched Tron Legacy with the full sound going, and a few comedies as well. Briss Almighty, High Fidelity. Did a couple of, and I did a Ray Fiennes double with Grand Budapest and The Menu. So, quite an interesting weekend.
Damn, that's quite the variety of movies, actually.
Yeah, isn't it?
Huh. I like it. You decide to shotgun all the classics.
Yeah, I kind of just made a little watch list and blasted through them.
Very cool. Let's see here. Before we get started, we have some super chats. Jake Martin for $5. I think I missed it. What was it? It's a hype hippo.
Oh, I was gonna say hippo. Hype hippo. I should have known. A hypo, one could say.
Hypochondriac. And then we have Isaac for 99 cents super sticker, and it is not the rainbow. It's a smiley face wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses above you.
Thank you.
Must have missed
every time.
I mean, it's easy mistake to make. You would just think that.
Oh, I don't have mine.
I have glasses up there, but they're really uncomfortable. Can
you guess this one, Nagranol? Thank you, Clairvoyant, for 199. Atomic Patriot for 2. Nerd Slap has his way with me, said Mozamboni 2025.
And also Bald and Fingal 2025.
Oh shit, you're right. I just got gotted.
Sure did.
And then Atomic Patriot for another 5. I shit you not, I was going to roast Mo when he said that.
Oh, we believe you, Atomic Patriot. We believe you.
He was way ahead of you, AP.
And for all of you members out there who got gifted a membership and don't test any of the emotes, there's lots of fun emotes in there. There's also one for every time Mo is gay.
That
one.
one.
See more of those in chat, please.
That one's pretty popular, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Let's see here. We're gonna start out with some funny clips. But this one's not that funny. I think it's cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. I actually don't think it's real, but it's pretty badass.
Jetpack.
So he's jumped off.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
So, those jetpacks are actually real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you're controlling it though. Maybe it's just a camera. The fixed camera,
it's
maybe.
His hands
so they control it by, you see how he's leaned slightly forward?
Right, because the jetpack has something coming out of it, right? Or the backpack.
It's the backpack and the hands all have whatever the hell it is that it uses
you can
to
see
actually
the camera.
fly.
Yeah, just think Iron Man is set the feet are on his back,
Right.
and he's got hand repulsors. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that camera is one of those 360 cameras. That's why some of the stuff look like angles look a little weird.
You're probably
Because
right.
that orb effect.
So there's only a couple of
definitely
these, I believe, that actually exist. And this would not be like an unreasonable step up from the videos that we've seen coming from them in the past. To go out on the seas and fly from one ship to another. Because a lot of the time doing stuff like that is demonstration of you should fund me building more of these because this is a way that it can be useful. Yep. Money, please. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Lockheed Martin wants to work on that.
Oh, for sure.
They need more money to fund Pride events.
And then we were talking about this, I think yesterday, but when it comes to armor in video games, when you cover up, what does that do to your defense usually?
Are you man or a woman?
Yeah.
It's a woman.
Naked.
Probably.
If you cover up, you have lower defense stats. The less you're wearing, the higher your defense. Yeah.
As it should be.
Okay, listen.
Amen.
We've all been actually just playing for the fashion every time we play a game and we're getting female armor. All right. We're playing for the fashion. I'm just saying.
We like pretty anime girls. So sue us.
I mean, I'm sure John De La Rose would say something about that.
I'm sure.
I'm going to hell. And I'm going to enjoy my anime girls till then.
I almost just said the F slur.
This clip is kind of funny. You see this? You can relate to that, right, Bo? In PUBG.
Oh, dude, I hate that crap.
So he's hit the button over and over to switch seat. Look at this.
Funny.
And then look. He just gets driven over.
Oh my god, rage quit so hard.
Dude, I usually have to do it because the guy I played PUBG with all the time always drives in a straight line, so I had to control 3 so I can absorb the bullet so he doesn't get blown out of it. It's like, dude, you're gonna get sniped. You need to wiggle. But yeah, no, dude,
That's too much work.
Clip it. You guys
All
heard
my
it too.
homies.
I know you did.
Haven't you done enough damage to my life, Hayden?
Not yet, Mo. Not yet.
Are you never satisfied? Are you not satiated?
There is always more.
All right. Let's see here. We'll do this tab first. So, trying to get into the spirit of PC building a little bit, and this is kind of neat. If Erwin had a 3D printer, he could have made this for his PC.
Ooh.
Oh.
The fuck is that?
So they 3D printed this, and apparently it oscillates with the fans moving it.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh,
trippy is that?
dude.
I want one right now. Sadly.
All right, look, I need somebody
Buy
to
a
make
PC if it has it.
I
It's like
imagine
one of those Windows XP screensavers. That's what's reminding me of.
Yeah, the
Kinda.
more I look at it, the more I start thinking that it's I don't know. It's like
You can't own a cat. That is for sure. That thing is going to be on the ground next to your desk.
that, and it can't just be in your periphery either. Otherwise, you're just gonna turn your head and look at it all the time.
I feel like
Yeah.
Jarrell's about to come
Yeah, I'm
out and
sure-
tell me on the last Son of Krypton or some shit.
Yeah, it'd have to be like a switch that turns it on and off.
I think
But
it's actually moving
it is
from
cool.
the fans themselves, pulling in air, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
That's what the
That's
post
really
made it
cool,
sound
though. I
like.
love
Something
that
over
stuff, man.
Yeah.
It looks like it
Yeah,
might
I need
operate
one of
off a
those.
USB.
I'll try and find it because there's these like little 3D printer websites you can just get free plans from. I imagine that's on there, or it's in the comments somewhere. Because sometimes people do sell
somebody in the
stuff.
comments probably put it in there.
Yeah, and it could be a header. You have USB headers where you plug that stuff, like that kind of stuff, into all the time. So there's that. Regardless, that's amazing because if you saw
Yeah.
the detail there with all the gears and That's amazing.
And then so more PC building for Erwin. You ready for this? Can you spot the problem?
Yeah, I think it's a little bent. I would say I done an SSD. I had SSD corrupt. I managed to pull it out. I put into a hacker USB thing, got the data off it, got a new one and everything. It definitely didn't look like that.
No.
So
What are
the
they
reason why this
doing?
is happening is so you're supposed to put this on top of this standoff right here, but sometimes the screw doesn't come with it. You have to go buy it or source it from somewhere because that's what's completing your build. And they were just like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna just crank the standoff down as the screw itself.
How does it still read though? It looks like the PCB is screaming right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes those PC parts are more resilient than people think.
Apparently.
But it's definitely not happy.
Saturday,
Medal of Honor.
2 p.m.
Through hell.
Eastern. You can see me do that. And it'll be all ABS fault.
All right, and then this next one. Santa Decides says that 81 that has a Barrett M82A1 is on the nice list.
Yeah, but you're already on the naughty list, so
no,
does this
actually,
count?
he put me on the nice list, and this doubly puts me on the nice list.
Okay, all
I
right.
smell Did he
shit.
respond to
This
your
locks you
reply?
in. He did not. No.
Oh man, you are so on the naughty list.
No. He actually specifically told me that I'm on the nice list. I'll have to dig it up, but it
After
exists.
he told you explicitly that you were on the naughty list.
He changed his mind, and I don't think that Santa does that very often.
I think Alex Baldwin's finger opened out.
You know what
Baldwin's
happened?
pocket pick, but
Also,
just-
look,
I'm gonna
says
say,
he follows me.
I
See
feel like
that?
there's a bribe involved here.
Yeah.
Just
You know what
keep an
happened
eye
is
on
you
it.
let Paul Hadouken shoot it. He missed the mountain and it hit one of his reindeer. That's the problem.
Probably. That's probably true.
How many gifted subs did you have to give Santa?
So this came right after Isaac posted in the shooting range section of our Discord a drum magazine for the Barrett. And I was like, nah, that's dumb. The Barrett already holds 10. Who needs 20 rounds? But then I got to thinking, and I kind of want 20 rounds. So I went to go buy it, but it's freaking sold out.
Of course it is.
Aww.
Because everybody
I
had the
wanted
exact
one.
same thought process you did, where like 10 is enough, but 20.
Yeah.
It could be a drum.
Why not?
It's also ridiculously expensive. It's more than like 3 AR-15s.
Jeez.
Damn.
So, yeah. So then I
They're still gonna
remembered
buy it.
that Fostech makes other cool shit, and this is back in stock. This is our new gun segment, by the way. So this shotgun is designed a lot like the AA-12 to the point where it doesn't recoil very much, and this thing actually shoots faster. So
Did you have that in
actually
Vegas?
Seen this gun, and
No.
I want one of these.
I want one of these in the worst way too. But yeah, this is the SBR version. You'll have to talk to the NFA for either somewhere between 1 day and 1 year is when you can have it after you order it. So
Yeah.
but what really got me
Did they make T-shirts for Teespring? Sorry.
this shotgun was sold out for like 3 years, by the way. The fact that it's back in stock makes me want it again. But the cooler thing is that they make a drum.
Of course they do.
Too.
Let's go.
And it's a 30 rounder. Look at this.
$500 for that thing. Oh, I see. It's
They
worth
say
it.
money can't
Worth
buy
it.
happiness.
Damn.
Muted. Look how freaking huge it is. I think they have to like move your arm around it to hold the front of it.
Yeah, it doesn't look comfortable to hold, but it
Not
looks
at all.
really fun to shoot.
But everything in front of you, fuck you.
Yeah.
Those home invaders
Home
don't stand a
defense.
chance.
Nope. Also out of stock. So then I guess not again.
Yeah, those ducks are gonna be
Yeah,
real
4 grand
sad when
between
they
the
see
two
me
of them.
pulling up.
Let's see here. And then we have this game. Cubic Odyssey. I got showed up in my feed yesterday about a game that people were calling what was it? No Man's Craft or something like that.
Yeah, No Man's Craft was what
Yeah.
I saw a little bit. Yeah.
And here, actually, let me reshare it so we can get audio because the trailer for it is pretty cool. And I kind of want to play this.
Yep.
So this is
Already
exactly
looks
No
like
Man's
it.
Sky mixed with Minecraft.
That's crazy.
Gravity gun as well. A little bit of Half-Life.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, yeah. Any VR going on here?
It looks like there's like some automation happening with some of these machines, and you can make little scooters and probably all kinds of cool spaceships.
See, yeah, that looks like it.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that I don't know. I saw just a little bit about this game, and it's like it looks like everything that I love in a game.
I know.
It's like it's crafting, it's survival. That's a DeLorean. I don't.
No,
care
that's a
if you're
Ferrari
gonna try to tell me
Testarossa, dude.
otherwise.
Nice.
No, it flies. DeLorean
No,
flies.
that's definitely a Testarossa.
That is 100%
Yeah,
a Testarossa.
yeah, it's a Testarossa. It's got the back panels.
I've never seen a Testarossa fly. I've seen a DeLorean fly.
Well, there's a first for everything. But you got guns. Usually you have to install a mod to make that happen.
Is this going to be the
Basically,
new
it looks
Power
like a
World?
monster
It's
like
Minecraft with guns.
And so a lot of
Yep.
people are making that comparison. Here, let me
Love
turn this
this.
down.
The shit. Like you can
because-
build
Oh, No
and
Man's
fly
Sky.
a ship. Like ugh. That kind of stuff excites me.
It's Minecraft
Oh,
No
you-
Man's Sky with guns.
My friend
Okay,
loves
that
this.
is cool right there. That is really
This
cool.
is sick.
Yeah. I don't know. This is really neat. Pal World took two familiar games. They basically, people don't realize it, but they took Ark and they took Pokemon
Pokemon.
Ark and Pokemon, yeah.
and put them together and made a game. This is like the same idea, and I'm all on board with it. So
Absolutely.
The bones of this game are actually in Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. That's all
Mhm.
I'm seeing here, pretty much.
okay.
Interesting.
The sort of jumping from planet to planet, the way the open world is laid out, it's very much the last Lego Star Wars game that came out.
And it looks like there's actual objectives too. It's not just like, go to this world and survive. I think there's actual bosses and things that you can fight.
That's
So
good.
you have end game goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
and
might need to rethink the Minecraft server and do a Cubic Odyssey server.
Hey,
instead.
PS5.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
great.
Maybe we could ease into it, but this comes
Really
out
cool.
I believe it was May. Yeah,
Too
May
long to wait.
14th.
I love the
So-
name of the publisher.
Physical
Gaijin
games.
Network.
Oh,
Gaijin.
Gaijin
actually, I
Network.
think that these guys,
they
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 did
have a
War Thunder.
demo. They
So
have a
these
Cubic
are
Odyssey demo on Steam right now.
that's just the publisher. Yeah, the developers is Atypical Games, and I
Right.
think they've only made a couple. This is like a very small, if not one person doing.
But
this.
you know what Gaijin means, right?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
anybody not from Japan.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually attributed to white people. It's
Yeah, we know what it
Gaijin.
means, Gringo.
Guaylo. Yeah. Idaho Mike's in the chat. He knows what Guaylo means. He's a Guaylo. So
Let's see here, really quick. We got Drink Up.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't. Is this your first time around here? I haven't seen you here.
That's,
Welcome to the channel.
I think that's
Yeah,
Jeff,
welcome,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jeff.
Yeah,
yeah, because I can see his, I can see his
Oh,
Other
stupid,
account. Yeah.
his
Yeah.
stupid appendage of a
Yeah.
state, the Upper Peninsula. Yeah.
Hey.
Gifted one membership, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, that's like when Nerd Slap forgets that he's still logged in as the Nerd Files, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's on purpose.
I see you say hi all the
Yeah,
time,
sure.
and then you say hi again as someone else, like right below it. So
Oh, because so sometimes like on my phone, I'm logged into my gaming channel account, and I think I'm subscribed to everything through Nerd Files. I'm still trying to get everything over on the gaming channel too. So
gotcha.
I've never sent a message on Badgercast with the GCA before instead of Mozamboni. It's never happened once a week.
Well, aren't you special?
Armageddon.
You want a trophy?
I do.
Nerd Slap will make you a trophy for
He
next
does.
week.
I don't want Nerd Slap's trophy at all. You can keep your damn trophy. As a matter of fact, I can tell you what you can do with it. But I digress.
Are you sure?
I don't want to say anything because I've already been clipped 10 times this stream, so I'm done.
Oh, actually, Nerd Slap, that reminds me. I was watching Briss Almighty and had a good idea for a clip. Mo would go perfectly on it.
Perfect. Send it
There's
my
a
way.
lot of funny moments in Bruce Almighty.
Hey, little
That's a
anal
great
muck.
movie.
Hey, little anal butt monkey. Time for you to go a little home.
He just turns his camera off. Okay, Mo, it's all right.
You know he's laughing.
You can come out after the super chat.
He likes reviews.
Nadia, thank you for
Hey.
999.
Hey, thanks, Nads.
Here's some cash so Erwin can get that background tattooed. Like
I'm
all the
getting it.
millennial women did
I'm getting
back
it
in
right
the
here.
2000s.
How did you know, Nads? How did you know? My sister has one.
No, it doesn't go there. It goes in the small of your back.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
in the
say.
middle- yeah.
Oh,
It's
well, my
either a
sister,
tramp stamp or
my-
it's like a chest tattoo.
my twin
Yeah, I was gonna say,
sister's
you can go for
flower
the heart
tattoo
as well. Yeah.
right here. And then she has the chest tattoo like an idiot.
I know
speaking of
exactly
which-
what tattoo you're talking about. The one that looks like
And it's
weird
like-
ropes or
Wait,
a
what?
web.
No,
Okay,
she's
it's
got like a
this one.
flower. She's got like a yellow and pink flower that's very
Okay.
like this.
Speaking
I'm
of which,
sorry.
if anyone gets
Sorry,
the
Dad.
if anyone gets the ABF tattoo on their lower back, I'll give you free membership for life.
What if they get the face on the finger? That
Yeah,
would
that's what I was gonna say. Face on
I'll-
the finger seems
I'll
more
accept it.
appropriate.
By the way,
I
I do have the file. I'm the one that made the. I'm more than happy to give you the assets to make your own tattoo. So
You got more.
Say less.
Looks like Erwin's about to cover up. Are you gonna go to? Are you about to drive or something? Brook a joke? No.
No, the women in the chat were me. You know, women.
All right. Let's see here. Hello on the back. Where tramp stamps normally go. Gotta be pretty low.
It's got to be right there in between the dimples.
I feel like we're about to watch Erwin fall.
oh my goodness,
I know
we,
you're
Are
we
we
need to
watching?
solo screen them right now. We need to make sure we get maximum resolution.
Full screen him quick.
He's going all in.
No,
Earthquakes have happened in the Midwest before.
we're not going full
Praying
screen
for
on
one
this
right
pod.
now.
It's what the women want.
No balls.
This is how you get your women viewership up.
All right, here you go. Are you happy? Are you happy?
Sir, do you have a CDL for that
You
dump
are-
truck?
I didn't realize
What are
it
you
was actually in
doing?
the room with him. I thought it was like a background or some shit. That makes it even more gay.
That's it. He has the background version and then also the physical version. It's very interesting.
Why is this so difficult?
I don't know why he's.
Why is it even
but, like,
happening? Like, what are we doing right now?
Why is he trying to cover up gay with gay? It doesn't make any
Why
sense.
would you move on? So I have to fucking mute the damn camera for you guys?
All right, all
Should
right.
have turned your camera off.
Moving on. I thought this was interesting. Asmongold is officially North America's most watched streamer so far in 2025.
I actually
Nice.
was thinking this before these numbers actually came out because seeing that, so Asmongold's been popular for a long time. He's been a millionaire for a long time at this point, but seeing just how relevant he's becoming with his clips channels and with him, like his posts that show up on Twitter and stuff, it seems like he really figured out how to hit the zeitgeist once again.
Yeah, his audience is everywhere right now.
And I think it's fair to point out, they clarify here, however, he was live for more than double Kai Sanat's hours.
Damn.
So
Zach, just sorry.
if you
Sounds
stream
like,
more,
sounds like a skill problem. Sorry.
yeah, it is.
No, what that is that's a hikikomori, which is a Japanese term for somebody who doesn't ever leave their house, and that's Asmongold. Like, he doesn't leave. He doesn't have many IRL friends. He just sits down, goes live, and goes through some internet tabs for hours on hours on hours a day.
Erwin, I just
Just
want
to
to say,
be
it
curious,
looks
does
fucking
this
terrible.
guy have like a YouTube
That
clips
looks-
channel?
Yeah, he
Put
does.
minutes of work into this.
It looks
Yeah.
horrible.
It looks worse.
It
Yeah,
looks
it
like
looks
because
shit.
it's off-centered.
No,
Yeah.
there's an
Fair enough.
Asmongold clips
it's got
channel.
it's slightly crooked. Just
No,
Are
no,
you
no.
saying the super
A Kai channel.
chat was
Kai
wrong?
Snap.
Oh, Kai, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Because Aswin, like you say, he's doing the Clips channel. He's on multiple platforms. Like, yeah, of course he's going to be the top streamer. He does the most.
Well, he leaves his house every once in a while to get a big gulp, right? He's
Bro,
always talking. He's got those like a million styrofoam cups in the corner.
When I get off work, I do everything I can to not leave this chair. I try to spend my entire week off of work in this chair, and then unfortunately sometimes the girlfriend and her friends are able to get me to drive several hours to go do something, and it's I have to be places.
Hey, it's dropping truth.
It's true, but a lot of people make the meetups.
Yeah, well, I don't, because I have a job that won't let me.
Oh wow, that PFP is brutal.
I keep telling you, just pull the fire alarm.
Yeah, you should put that in your background.
Wow.
Erwin.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Just
Oh,
for the
yeah.
record, the Europeans should not be calling anyone gay ever. Just like for the record,
Gay or European is a meme for
like
a
you're
reason.
really playing with fire on that one.
Well, maybe they know better than us.
I literally thought Heel versus Babyface was gay for like 3 months. I didn't realize he was British. I'm dead serious. I'm sorry. Like, cause he goes too far into it. But gay or British was always a thing, even back in the 80s. So,
man. That's true. The 10% that get out of the house are the ones that go to the meetups.
Not wrong.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Actual news. I thought this article would be kind of fun to talk about for a few minutes. Blizzard reportedly taps Nexon to publish Overwatch Mobile and new StarCraft game. So, Nexon has been chosen by Blizzard to publish the mobile adaptation of its popular hero shooter. And as part of the negotiation process, we will also work with Blizzard on a new StarCraft game. It's unclear which genre the StarCraft game will be in, probably RTS. Overwatch Mobile has reportedly been referred to internally as Overwatch 3. How fucking funny is that?
Oh my god.
Suggesting this new version may bridge the gap between the current console version of the game and a mobile version.
No. You're not going to get anywhere with this. Like, your main people buying your game, buying your season passes, they are PC players that for some reason weren't put off by what you did going from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. You don't have a core audience that's going to move to mobile. This is so stupid.
Do you not own a phone, Hayden?
I'm part of the ones that don't have a phone. Yeah.
People give PUBG a bad rap, but they have separated the PC version of their game and the mobile version of the game. Mobile version of their game is just nuts. Like, they do all kinds of crazy stuff, have crazy collaborations and stuff like that. They know the crowd. They know that the mobile crowd is like, okay, we want something that's fun, a little nuts. But the PC crowd is like fairly serious, and they don't like a lot of the goofy crap in there, and they'll take it out if they like try to put some of the stuff in the mobile game in there. So as much as they give Crafton Studios a bunch of crap, they know how to read their audience, and they make a lot of money off of PUBG Mobile because they know what mobile players are looking for, and they know what
Anime girls.
PC players are. But yeah.
And
what was the name of the Sims game, Hayden?
Oh, it's called Enzo.
Enzo,
Yeah.
by
Or
Crafton.
Enzo.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out, Nexon are the developers that made the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
They just did the finals. They just done the first Berserker as well, and they've done quite a few mobile games as well, like 4 and 5s on the app stores and things.
Yeah, I don't know what the finals like. Why I don't want to play it anymore, because I really enjoyed that. I liked the gaming, like the mechanics of the game, but I don't. It just couldn't. It couldn't keep. But what's the secret sauce? Why do people stay in Fortnite? Why do people stay in Marvel Rivals?
No, Fortnite's secret sauce is their constant IP grabbing and IP deals.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that Fortnite has going for it.
But the gameplay still has to be decent. It has to be like at least serviceable, and it is, and it's really fun. Yeah.
But they hit that in like 2013 and they haven't like changed it at all. They throw in new IP weapons and things like that that kind of keep the gameplay somewhat interesting. Like I remember they did the Dragon Ball Z collab, right? Where they had the cloud you could fly
so much
around
fun.
on, and
Yeah.
they, you know, you could Kamehameha people if
That
you
was
have the right weapon. Like that's the thing that keeps Fortnite going. Whereas like for PUBG, the reason people say dead game. Yeah, I'm not just. I'm not.
It's like they look so much alike.
This time. That's how
It
you
took
can
me a
tell.
couple seconds.
It's such a funny comment. I love it.
It is. But no, the reason people keep going back to PUBG is it's all the people that were originally playing PUBG and liked that arena shooter style. But Fortnite is grabbing up all of the IPs that they possibly can. It doesn't matter what it is. Like we've seen them do collaborations with movies that just tanked at the box office, but people still go buy the skin, keep playing.
Yeah,
the game.
that's because those deals are locked in like 6 months in advance. They have to
Yeah.
follow through on it, whether they like it or not. But when it comes to
Yeah.
the finals, I was actually watching someone stream it like a couple of weeks back, and they've actually improved on the game quite a bit.
That's
They've
cool.
They sorted out the roles a lot, so they kind of solidified what each one does and made them really well. They sorted out all the netcode issues. The destructible environments are a lot better than they used to be as well. So it might be worth checking out if you liked it the first time around.
So and then seeing that made me think of this article from 2023. And I think a lot of people forget that the gaming market is basically flooded by the mobile market.
Absolutely. There's 3 billion gamers on the planet, and the majority of them are on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Those are
also
not games.
counts my girlfriend and her best friend that just have a gambling app open 24/7 and they're just playing slots. They're hitting one button and winning money, but that's counted in the mobile gamer market.
Yeah, and that also skews the demographics when people look up, how many males and females there are in games. They will pull the mobile numbers up, it'll completely skew it. So
yeah, absolutely. Now that being said, my girlfriend is an actual gamer too. Like she had a PS5 long before I did. She's a massive Legend of Zelda fan. But so there is some crossover there, but you're going to find way less women, just like her best friend doesn't actually play video games, but she's always playing these like gambling games, and that causes whenever you look at the total number of males and females gaming, whenever you add in mobile, you're getting a lot of those girls who sit there and don't do anything besides like click one button, or you're getting like the Candy Crush players like my parents.
As somebody that has worked in finance for most of his life, is this adjusted for inflation? Because if it isn't, that's a big problem.
no, it's not adjusted for inflation because like these are actual numbers.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Because to buy a Atari VCS, which later became the 2600, was like an investment. It was $200, but back then that was like your average like entry level car was like $3,000 or $4,000. It was a very expensive investment. So it has to be adjusted. Like just saying like, oh, in 1970 it cost that much. Like
it is
it really matters.
It is. It says it right under 1970 to 2022. Inflation adjusted to 2022 inflation level. So it'd be different 2025 inflation, but 2022 is pretty crazy time lockdown inflation.
Gotcha. But I mean, people also forget that the
Awesome.
cost to entry of playing video games, it used to be a lot higher. Like you had to work more hours at your job to be able to play games. And it became more accessible over time, especially with mobile. So
Well, it's
like I
starting to
said-
go that way anyway, because like are you gonna pay over $200 for maybe 3 games?
yeah, it's starting to go backwards again.
But again, the thing is, you don't have to whenever it comes to mobile games, right? Because look at something like, and this is a bad example for the point that I'm going to make, but a great example on the cost. Raid Shadow Legends is free, right? You can just download that game and play it, and you can get dozens of hours of play completely free until something happens that typically it's women who go, oh, that's only 99 cents. Bye.
I would argue that it's mostly men playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, again, bad example for the point that I was putting, but
Mostly
like I said,
Cantankula subscribers, yeah.
you also have a ton of like women, I've noticed more often than men, playing gambling games where not like gotcha games where you're trying to get a character, but they're actually winning money, but they're losing a ton of money buying into the game and playing it because they're just hitting the spin button on a slot machine on their phone.
Yeah, I've explained this on the show before. You have a few tiers of mobile gamers. So you have the ones that just have that one game on their phone they play while they're on the subway or while they're waiting for something in work or while they're slacking off. They don't spend money at all on the game whatsoever. They just play it. And then you have the ones that will occasionally, every so often when it benefits them, they'll drop 99 cents, maybe $5.99 on something. Then you have the people that buy maybe once a month, habitually, just like, yeah, this is my one thing I get in the game, not going to spend anything more. And then you have the whales.
Yep.
Who will go in and buy every single microtransaction. They will make sure that their heroes are max level. Whenever a new event drops, they'll have all the special equipment, resources, whatever you need in your mobile game. And that's where the real money is, from those people that just go in and buy absolutely fucking everything because they can't help it.
Yeah,
I mean, look
it's
at
like
Blue
the
Archive.
1%. It's the 1% of the user base that actually like carries everybody else, just so they can be better than that 99% of the other player base. So they can basically brag or just have that ranking on the leaderboard type of thing.
And we see this on multiple platforms as well. Like 50% of all the revenue last year on PC gaming was from microtransactions. And
So
most
the
of that
1%,
was from people like Fortnite and COD. They were like the main leaders, but there was a lot of microtransactions.
so like the 1% of gun owners who don't own a Barrett 50 cal, they're just trying to flex, is what you're trying to say.
I think that 100% of people should own a Barrett 50 cal.
I agree.
I think it needs to be
I
more
agree with that
accessible.
too, but I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with it. Let's go. DSP is keeping lots of development studios alive.
Yeah. And Erwin, I wanted to mention you are a mobile gamer.
And Asian. I thought we were talking about how I'm an Asian because us Asians love mobile gaming. That's why I wanted to bring up with Hayden, because that big chunk of that mobile gaming, because we keep bringing up it's women, it's Asians is actually who's playing all the mobile gaming.
It's a lot of Asian women too.
Oh yeah, that I assume too. But one of the nice things about that is that getting so popular is it's kind of done the whole mobileification of our gaming and the gotchification and everything. That kind of sucks. But all of those some of those mobile games are not safe.
Blue Archive.
All of those hotties are like, that's so popular that now we're getting hot, like Japanese hotties in all of our games. So that part is nice.
Yeah. I actually know someone.
And, mobile gamer? I'm not a mobile gamer. Wait, what did you consider being a mobile gamer?
Balatro.
Oh yeah, well my phone's a potato. I will probably as soon as I upgrade this, I'm putting Balatro on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you have put it on.
I've played Vampire Survivors on here, and then it stopped working. Once you got high enough level, it stopped working on my phone.
Well, you need the microtransact to make it work again.
Yeah, I got to do the macro transaction with AT&T is what I'm gonna have to do. Sadly.
Walden, I actually know a person. I'm not gonna name them. I haven't talked to him in a long time actually, but. He admitted to spending like $14,000 or $15,000 on League of Legends skins.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, and he's like, my wife has no idea. I'm like, dude, how are you hiding your credit card transactions from her? And he's like, oh, I have like a separate credit card that she doesn't know about.
Laundering money to buy video game skins.
Not a great plan. Scary thing is, chat. That's not even a whale. That's just someone who's addicted.
Yeah,
I mean. It probably isn't considered a whale because the whales actually spend like probably $1,000 a month at the minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Kind of funny.
I gave Warframe like $300, maybe a little more than $300 for a free game, and I was very happy with all that. If I would have spent much more than that, probably would have regretted a bit. But 3 years, $300, I got $300 worth of value out of that game.
Well, that's an active development game that is a lot of fun, and they actually give you what you want out of the game through those microtransactions too. So that's like one of those ones that like I actually can't blame someone for paying for.
And in Warframe as well, you can like grind and then sell that stuff for that in-game currency as well too. So you don't have to pay for anything. You can just grind and sell on Marketplace.
So I want to say back in like 2013, it was shortly after Warframe came out. I remember spending like a lot of money. I want to say it was like $60 on one of the skins, like one of the Warframes. And I think
it was
called
probably one like the
Nightmare.
packages.
No. It was a single skin, and it was all black, and it had like some big like hammer that had like a gravity effect whenever you would use it. And I remember buying that and really enjoying it, and then realizing that the only reason it was so fun was because I was such a low level that skin was just dominating everything in the low level early gameplay. And as I leveled up, it was like, oh, this was not worth it to buy, but I guess I've got it. I'm going to keep trying to level it up. So I've been guilty of stuff like that for a very long time.
The best thing we're seeing coming out of the era of mobile gaming is all these studios that have been making buku bucks for the past decade are now moving over to the AAA space. So you've got Nexon, who just made the finals. First Berserker, they started it as mobile. People that made the first Ascendant as well. The Black Desert people as well. They're now making Crimson Desert AAA game, which is supposed to be shaping up to be a very interesting release.
And I actually didn't mean to talk about this, but it just reminded me. VR. Meta just laid off, I think it was like 100 employees. It's not that many, but they have claimed to have burned through, what was it, $52 billion in 3 years.
That makes a lot of sense.
In a $5 billion industry for all VR, that it sounds like they really fucked up. So
eventually it will probably pay off, but we'll probably be on brain chips by then, though.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out that it was the Meta Zuckerberg's little like what was it?
The metaverse.
Metaverse.
The metaverse. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what cost them all of the money, because they tried to develop it from the ground up and they didn't do as well as VR chat did.
Well, yeah, that was part of it.
Is that thing live, or is it just completely dead?
I actually don't know. What did come out of the whole Meta VR stuff that's a positive is the hardware works very, very well.
Yes.
You can just put it on and you don't get sick. You're not like, oh, my eyes are retarded, so this thing doesn't know how to see them right. They use a type of hardware that just works for the most amount of people, and it's just like put it on and forget about it. And that's the biggest problem with VR, is that there's like a million hours of adjusting and tweaking and stuff like that you have to do.
With the Meta Quest 3, I'll have to test it again. It's been a while since I've used it. I'll have to test it again. But from what I remember, whenever I first got it, I didn't have my contacts in, and I could see just like I was wearing glasses.
Right, because the screen is so close to your eyeballs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Also, I was confused when I played VR originally. I think it was PSVR, and I didn't have my contacts and I couldn't see shit. I was like, oh,
right.
That's the weirdest
I had
thing that your eyes adjust like that. Like I'm nearsighted, and like it would cause issues. Like it got better with it was the Oculus Quest, but I have both of them. But it's crazy, man. They fixed that. I never understood.
Meta bought that technology, and so I wear contacts, and I'm not nearsighted. I have like really bad astigmatism, so I can't see anything if I'm not wearing my contacts or wearing glasses. But whenever I put that thing on and I go into the overworld mode where you can see everything around you, it's literally just like wearing a pair of glasses and just see everything.
That's awesome.
That is pretty.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just wait till the gaming industry gets augmented reality down. It'll make VR look like a typewriter.
Absolutely.
So some of the games you can play in the Meta, in fact, some of the free ones, they have augmented reality where you're fighting aliens within your own house, and they're like breaking your couch and your walls and lamp and stuff. And you're like, come on, stop messing up my stuff. It's actually really fun.
I think once that's connected to your Neuralink and your Neuralink is giving you AR, I think that's when all of that 52 billion in 3 years sort of stuff will finally start to pay off.
Probably.
You guys are like, all of you guys who got the MetaQuest 3 are like started evangelized. You guys evangelized it for like 2 months. So and even me on the PSVR, I had some insane experience, some of my favorite experiences in gaming. So the experience is there, and now the quality is there. So like with the Quest 3, it's just about adoption, and that one's gonna take a while. But then
Yeah,
the technology is going to keep growing. So it's like this tech probably won't make that 52 build in 3 years back. But once it's like in your brain, augmented reality gaming, no, that's when it's going to click.
On that.
And then it's like NFTs where you can make money playing in the game, and then you can make money in the digital world, and then you never have to leave it, and you can just live there.
Brain.
And you can then upgrade into a VTuber bottle, and then have brain death because obviously they have to kill you to be able to.
Starting to sound like Ubisoft Nerd Wars.
Well,
oh yes, and
Nagadol,
if you don't pay your subscription fee, we're turning your brain off, Norman.
Nagadol, you're gonna be the one hold off, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, dude, you want a game?" And be like, "Oh, we can't game with Nagadol because he's an IRL gamer." You know.
Hey, you
yeah,
know what? I'll be right there with you, bro. I'm not doing it either.
Let's be serious. He would totally do the Neuralink thing, but he'd somehow find a way to be fucking muted in the Neuralink universe.
Wait, so when you get pissed off a game, you're gonna throw yourself through the wall, or just like slam your head into through the drywall, or
he'll ignore the batteries and just punch holes in his wall.
Just picturing it back at like the SpaceX offices. We've been monitoring this guy for 100 hours. He hasn't said a fucking word since then. Jesus Christ.
We got a $20 super chat from Nia. Dude, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nia.
Thank you. Hail War Master ABF, also known as the Chosen One, and a lesser channel. Should I buy Oblivion remastered or just wait for Sky Oblivion?
Okay. I have deep-seated opinions on this. So if you're somebody who played the original Oblivion and you remember how like janky and like kind of messed up some of the gameplay can be, this is a great re-immersion into that world. But if you want a lot of those bugs fixed and you want a cleaner experience, probably wait for Sky Oblivion, because the remastered version is great. It looks beautiful, but it is still the original engine that is like, I run into bugs constantly. With the Sky Oblivion mod, they actually fixed a lot of that stuff. So if you really want to get back into that original experience, it's worth a buy. But if you can wait, I mean, you might as well just wait.
Sky Oblivion's free.
It is
well,
free as
let me just, from the mouths of the developers of Sky Oblivion, go ahead and buy the remastered, because that's how confident they are about their version. They're like, go ahead and buy it. They literally came out and said, go ahead and buy Oblivion remastered.
Well, to be fair, they said that because they love the original and they were also gifted free keys to the remaster from Bethesda. So they're trying to dual market, but
it's on Game Pass as well if you have that yet, if you want to do a little dabbling.
That's a good point, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say LG TV finally added Game Pass, so now I own an Xbox. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing now.
Your Xbox.
Okay, yeah, because we're thinking, we're saying like consoles are gonna eventually just be PCs, and now I realized a couple of weeks ago when they announced like the Samsung like Xbox, I'm like, they're not going to be PCs. The next consoles are just televisions. Yep. So you have a television console now?
I do indeed. Xbox Live is on my TV.
Hold
on. The only hardware I'm going to have to get around.
Hold on.
I don't stream it because it's on the TV directly. It's not like I'm using a system that can capture.
Oh
it.
well, but playing it though,
I can still
play. You have an Xbox.
Yeah. Would you say that you're a part of the LG OLED community?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Plus.
Oh, thank you. Plus, and then there's like an IA at the end or something, right?
Yep, I've got always ready mode turned on all the time. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
No, Wyron just said nothing is an Xbox anymore. You're missing the point, brother. Everything is an Xbox.
HDR, Norman? Or are you afraid of true black people? True black.
I know.
I got that VRR going.
Warren's going for the if everything's an Xbox and nothing is an Xbox.
Yeah, they said that about the iPhone Pro, right? Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny when that was.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
All right, on to our main topic. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 passes 1 million copies shipped. Not including Game Pass players.
Which is a massive win because the game came out like 4 days ago.
Yeah, so let me just show you. So here's their announcement of that. and they clarify in a reply to themselves, this number includes units shipped to retailers and does not encompass our awesome Game Pass players. Thank you all. And that's how you do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So ship to retailers are not sold.
I think
Like,
that also
this
covers
counts-
Steam, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, does this at GameStop, like the bat, like when behind the like the other game, this,
Yep.
but it's not sold yet. I assume those are included. So
No.
it's just units shipped to retailers.
Yeah,
You might be right. It might be inventory.
retailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they've committed to buy it, they can't sell
Yeah,
it back.
which obviously
Right.
still, but yeah.
Yeah.
I do also want to know what the physical price is because I'm not sure if it still is now, but it was 10% off on all platforms digitally.
Yes. So let me see if I have a tab for that. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't have it
So-
pulled up. I had it earlier.
It is currently $44.99 up until May 1st. So you have a couple more days to pick it up for the 10% off, which props for them for putting it on sale right when it comes out. That's pretty cool.
It's also on Game Pass as well.
Well, it's so they put it out on Game Pass for the subscription. They cut the price by 10%, but keep in mind this is one of the arguments that I make about the gaming industry right now pretty frequently is that this is a studio of 30 people. They're not having to pay
33 people to be precise.
I apologize. I forgot about
as you can see by the 33 number there.
But no, this is a studio. They're not having to make up for having 19,000 people employed and trying to pay everybody's paycheck. It was 33 people that made a good game, so they're able to put it out on Game Pass, and then which undoubtedly comes with some kind of deal with Microsoft. Hey, you pay us this much, then we put the game on your platform. But with them selling the game at a discounted price, it's because all of the money that they put into the game, I guarantee you, they are paying everyone's paychecks and they are making money back. They're probably getting
100%.
profit margin already because they don't have 19,000 people to make a steaming pile of horse crap that they're just expecting everybody to consume.
But we will get into the size of their company a little bit more in a minute. I do want to cover this article though.
Do we know how many hours of gameplay it is? Like how many hours to beat it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it $50 because it's a bit shorter, or is it $50 because they didn't spend as much on the devs? Or
I've played the game for 2 hours and I just got a little bit past the prologue, so I'd say that the length of the game is actually pretty decent.
So 30 to 40 hours at a $50 price tag would be really good.
That's a
Yes,
great
it's 30
price
to 60.
nowadays.
Right?
Yeah, for AAA, 30, 40 hours.
If
Only
this is
150 for the
accurate,
collector's edition too.
if this is accurate, it says around 30 hours of main game content and an additional 30 hours for side content.
That's
Yeah,
that's great.
60
I
hours.
like that price tag. And then
And,
$45 on
actually,
Steam first week. That's crazy.
And there is replayability with it from what I was hearing, because so the way you play the game is you have multiple different characters that you're like building out, right?
Yeah.
And it's encouraged to try to find the broken builds where like the damage stacks on other, multipliers and damage and that kind of stuff. So they encourage you to try different skill trees and stuff like that with a whole nother playthrough. I'm not sure if it's like a, New Game Plus, but you can have a completely different play style with the different actions that your characters can do. Because you're only able to go down one part of the skill tree at a time.
Yeah, and I will say, like I've only played, like I said, a couple hours of the game. I've just gotten through the prologue, but what I'm finding with it is that the gameplay it's fun, it's innovative. The story is a tearjerker, like Erwin revealed to everybody as we got started. I was really glad I wasn't streaming the game, because even just getting through the prologue, as I got to a certain point called the gommage, I was like, what is this? My eyes are wet. why are my eyes wet? I don't have emotions. I'm just a dickhead on the internet. What happened?
Godzilla -1. When I walked out of that for the first time, I was like, as I was walking, I could feel the cool air, and I was like, what is that? Robots don't cry.
It's I'm somebody who, you know, I've said this a dozen times too. I'm an RPG gamer. I love a single player experience that has a great story, and just playing the first couple of hours of this, I'm enthralled in the world and looking around. I've been recording my gameplay. I'm probably not going to post it or anything because I've had several times that I had to get up and, you know, go take care of stuff around the house. So I'm just like standing there forever. But yeah, stuff like that. But like the way that they tie in the music and the story and then the gameplay elements of it's turn-based combat, but they have quick time events mixed into the turn-based combat. So it keeps you constantly engaged with it. And then we saw all of this stuff come out where like it looked like it was going to be a girl bossy game, but every one of the females that I've met in the game so far is just like, I need to protect her. I need to make sure nothing happens to this character. I'm having a blast with the game, but this is a game that was made for the kind of gamer that I am, a single player RPG that doesn't mind turn-based combat. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful game.
Let me just go through this a little bit more.
Yeah.
This had caused some to express concern. So they're referring to Oblivion coming out at the same time, and they're like, "Oh, this might, hurt sales." So close to each other could potentially cannibalize each other's sales. But with Bethesda announcing that over 4 million people have played Oblivion remastered since its release, it appears both publishers are happy with their respective launches. I'd say this is a huge W for this small indie studio.
Yeah.
Reactive turn-based RPG that will transport you to a beautiful, surrealist new world inspired by France's La Belle Epoque.
La Belle Epoque.
Thank you. That's what I said. A period famous for its stunning and lavish contributions to the country's world-renowned culture of art. The game stars Andy Serkis, best known as Golem from the Lord of the Rings franchise, and Ben Starr, who plays played the role of Clive in Final Fantasy. But
Charlie Cox as well.
Yeah, I wanted to point out, I don't know why they didn't call it Charlie Cox.
Yeah,
like the main guy that you play is Daredevil. So
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And he kind of looks like him too. Not exactly, but has like that same, facial build, beard color and stuff like that. Like the character, all the characters in the game look really good, actually.
I thought he looked more like Robert Pattinson in the game.
I could see that maybe.
I saw a little bit of Robert Pattinson and Daniel Radcliffe in the game. But it is very Charlie Cox as well. Like you can see the blend of those kind of characters.
Let's see here. And also here, of the more than 8,000 user reviews, much higher now, I'll go over there in a sec. User reviews submitted for the game on Steam are at 93% positive and reflects the Metacritic score. But people
did you check the Metacritic score? Because last I checked, it was like 98 and like 96 or something. It's really good on Metacritic.
I'll pull that up here in a sec. But we have a 92% with 16,000. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's insanely high.
That's really good.
For any of you guys that might not keep an eye on like game ratings and reviews and stuff like that, that is like in the top probably 1% of games rated on Steam by users.
Yeah, it's the critic review is 92 out of 100 and the user is 9.7 out of 10. So 97%.
Insane.
Yeah.
Metacritic.
Yeah, I heard some of the music and it was very good. Kind of reminded me of like Nier Automata. And
yeah, it's beautiful. It's so well composed. Like I love it, and I'm upset that I had to go do stuff this weekend instead of play it.
That bottom right tin one says, I thought I grew out of old school turn-based combat. but this game changed my mind. I saw someone saying this is the best JRPG I've played in years. Can't believe it's a French studio. Someone else, yeah, I've seen a bunch of people talk about how they actually ended up really enjoying all the combat, how it's a masterpiece and stuff. I'm like, I'm sold. I cannot wait to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually want to play it now.
Yeah, no, it is really fun because people, they look at it at first and they say, turn-based. It's interactive turn-based. Like there's a whole lot more to it than you actually think. In fact, there's a whole strategy to using parry or block, depending on who you're fighting. It's less important if you're playing it on the difficulty called Expeditionist, right?
Yeah. Expeditionist is so Expeditionist
that's
is like
the normal
your
mode.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a story mode, Expeditionist, and Expert.
Yeah, an expert, like if you're not nailing those blocks and parries, you're gonna have to redo every single time, is what it sounds like. So basically just choose your own enjoyment to the game. And I assume people want to just get through the story first, and then they'll go back and try it on a different difficulty, because they'll be more familiar with it and want the challenge.
Yeah, because I'm playing it right now on Expeditionist because that's the recommended intended difficulty. So I'm doing that, and then I already just a couple hours into the game, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to play this game again, and I'm going to play it on Expert the second time.
Yeah, and here's the Steam charts for it. What did Assassin's Creed Shadows hit again?
68.
Yeah.
Like that?
So that whole narrative of Game Pass or whatever, like it's out the window.
Yeah.
Because these are people that paid money for the game, even though it was on another platform for a subscription service, including myself. I actually outright bought it. I don't believe in these subscription services, and I would rather give a small indie studio the full retail price.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised with it. This is a game that I've been watching for months. While they've been in their development cycle. I randomly stumbled upon them one day, and I think I brought it up once or twice. And like Erwin was saying earlier that like he had brought it up on his stream on Nerd Wars, and that people were like, "Oh, there's too many women. It looks, whatever." But like I've been watching it, and I was thinking like, this game might be really good. And then actually last week, whenever we were talking about it, and we I think Norman brought it up, I was like, no, this is a game I've been watching for a while. I'm going to play it. I'll let you guys know what I think. And as soon as it comes out, half of you fuckers bought it.
So, hey, a lot of the complaint was, oh, it's French. It's not a JRPG. Well, you're an anime enjoyer. You'd be one of the ones to gatekeep and say, oh, this is dumb because it's not real Japanese.
No.
What are your thoughts on the Japanese like French fusion?
I also like, so I've got like 5 languages that I want to learn, and the top 2 are Japanese and French. I've been fascinated with the French language and French, like their culture, since I was a kid.
Je ne sais pas français.
Yeah, I do not speak any French. I do.
Omelette du fromage. That's all I know. That's a cheese omelet.
Okay. So one of the first scenes that you get to see in this game is this distorted image of the I just blanked on the name.
Painters?
What?
Eiffel Tower. That's it. You get to see this distorted Eiffel Tower in the background whenever the opening cinematic is playing.
Yeah.
And the way that all the characters, even whenever you're playing the game in English, they all speak with French accents and have correct French pronunciation. And even whenever they like curse, they curse in French. It's like, I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. It's something that it draws you into the world, and it's very entertaining. Like this is a phenomenal game.
So just to give the premise to the game, essentially, so there's the antagonist is called the Paintress, and she has a number off of the distance that everybody can see in this like what do they call it? It's like a war-torn
on the obelisk.
Yeah. And the number represents the age of people that are going to be Minecrafted when they reach that age.
Which is the Gomer, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they call it because it's a sacrifice to a goddess, essentially. I guess you could kind of paint it in that light.
Mm-hmm. So you have all these people that see a 33 off in the distance, and they're like, "Oh shit, I'm 32. I'm gonna go on that expedition and try to kill the paintress." So that's the premise to the game. It's really cool.
And this
that's what I thought. And then everyone hated on it. And I'm like, what sounds so cool? And it looks so good, guys.
Because you get to watch the paintress change the obelisk, like that has the number on it. It says 34. And one of the girls that you're first introduced to, you're told she's 34 years old and she's about to do her gomage. And you get to play as her for a little bit and walk around talking to the townspeople who go, "Oh, you're flowers," because they wear a flowered necklace if they're about to be like sacrificed. And you get to walk through, you kind of get to know this character just a little bit and some of her relations with the other characters in the world. And then you get to watch her die as the paintress changes it.
I've not played it yet.
No. I
thought
this
the
is not
34-year-old was going to survive.
This is not spoilers. That's the thing.
This is all stuff you find out in the first like 20 minutes of the prologue.
20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like,
but
I see your point, Erwin. I do see your point.
You see it very quickly. Like as soon as they let you play as this character, you realize what's happening and you go, "Oh shit."
Yeah, and I haven't got there myself, but the other stuff you uncover in the game story-wise is mind-blowing from what I hear. So
that's what so
it's really
I just like how
smart,
they
though. Then you play as the character so that way you actually get invested.
Right,
and you actually,
right. That's the
rather
thing.
than just an NPC dying.
I can only imagine how far that's going to end up going with this game. Because again, that's not really a spoiler because it happens so fast. They literally throw this at you and it hits you and you're just like, "Oh shit, okay." And this is again in the first like 10 minutes of the game, you figure all of this out.
Yeah.
And
and I'll be honest, I was kind of skeptical about this game at first, but then I saw it was going to be on Game Pass, so I'm like, you know what, I'll try it out. Mind blown. Like at the end of that first like scene and everything, like with Hayden, I'm crying.
Yeah,
I was like,
eyes were wet
this?
immediately, and you're like, "Oh no!"
The fact that this is the studio's first game, that's insane.
So
here's my favorite part. Oh,
no, go ahead, Mo.
My favorite part is that women get killed for hitting the wall, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, it's an allegory for Hollywood.
Yes, it's like all right,
Demi Moore movie.
Mo has a way of being blunt. But so I actually had this article loaded up like several weeks ago, and I just never took it out of my tabs. And I noticed it today, and I'm like, man, this actually hits with what's going on in this game. So completely different game. They or a completely different developing studio. They made a game not like this, not like Expedition 33 at all. But they are currently working on a first-person shooter or first-person game is all they said. But Neon Giant discusses the advantages to having a smaller team when making a video game. And I keep saying this. Why can't we go back to Half-Life 2 days, 20-person studios? I get it. That's probably not realistic in this day and age. What about 40? You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it pretty tight. And so Swedish developer Neon Giant is hard at work developing its new title, a first-person game with the working code name Project Impact. No details on that. I tried looking into it. The studio is being acquired by Krafton, and basically they were able to increase employee count. So the director Tor Frick, he explained the importance of having the right people, as well as the advantages to having a smaller team. So he's saying it's okay to increase the size, but let's not get out of control. After Neon Giant was formed in 2018, the team that developed The Ascent was made up of a little over 10 people. This meant that in most cases, the studio only had one person performing each role. So you could see the difficulty there, which at times proved challenging, particularly if someone was on holiday or sick. We're now 20. We doubled it. So they get bought out by a studio. All of a sudden, they doubled in size because they asked for resources and they just got them. There's good and bad with that, because then, I mean, it sounds mean, but when someone is like actually like bleeding and sweating to make a game, it's usually better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, as somebody that's in design and stuff like that, you get crunch. You get there's times where you're in a crunch and you're working way more than you usually do, but that's what separates, you know, that if you have a good team, you can make that happen because it's a temporary push. That's what a crunch is. Crunch should not be a all the time thing, and you should have people on your team that are willing to take that crunch. If you want a 8-hour a day, 40 hours a week job, you don't belong in design. And that's just how it is. Whether you're doing video post-production, whether you're making your own videos, I'm sure as Erwin could definitely attest. You know, if you're not willing to put in the extra hours, I'm sorry. Like, not everything is promised to you. You are if you're in design and you're in creative endeavors, you're going to be burning the midnight oil. And if you have those people around you, it's better to have 20 of those than 400 of a bunch of leeches.
Well, the problem that's been stemming over the past decade is that these gaming studios have been trying to operate like movie studios. So you have all these departments with these tens to hundreds of people working on the exact same job, doing different parts in the game. Which
Departmentalizing, and then they're like halfway working from home and stuff like that too.
Instead, what you used to have at the beginning of the gaming industry, I want to say go to like the 2000s, where you'd have a team of maybe 10 to 20 people. They all have their own jobs. So environment designer, asset texture, sound design, whatever you want, character creation, whatever you want. So if you have a problem, you need like an asset made for your environment. You just move your chair down the hall a little bit to Jim over there in that desk and say, can you make this for me?
Yes.
And then
rather than endless meetings, I assume is a problem.
Exactly.
Big problem with a lot of the AAA companies.
And it's hard.
One of the companies you might be surprised to hear that's relearned this in the past couple of years is CDPR, because they had the Cyberpunk mess, which completely messed up the infrastructure of their entire company. They laid off quite a lot of people, and what they did was they restructured the team into this sort of strike team method, where you have someone from each department all coming together to this one sort of conglomerate team, and you have all these strike teams building different parts of the game, as opposed to all these departments building all of the game, and it has to go through chain of command and things like that. Whereas you just have this set team of like environment designer, character designer, sound designer, all these people in one team making one scene.
No,
so they all have their vision made, you know?
Yeah, no, they corporatize it to where everything is just like a bunch of pods, if you will, right? And then because they have all these different departments, they're required to have certain departments that you wouldn't ordinarily need, like the DEI ones and stuff like that too, right? Because it's also corporatized. So.
That, as well as the departments that are, you know, around like trying to build hype for the game. Like, look, how long ago was it that we first heard of Elder Scrolls 6 was actually in development? They told us that before it was actually in development, because they wanted to have several years to build hype. You don't have to do that. Get something built that you can showcase, announce it, and be like, hey, later this year, and you're good. You don't have to build it out for many years. You can just make a product, have 2 people that are on your social media team and your marketing team, and then they can just market it whenever you actually have a product that's almost ready to go to, you know, print, for lack of a better term.
So I have to, as somebody that works in graphic design all the time, like Norman Conquest's point is so salient. The ability to move like an organic creature as opposed to like a rigid robot is very important with creative endeavors. When somebody says like, hey, I need this, I need to look like this, and I want it to be this long. When you talk to somebody and you get the implication from the tone of their voice and what they're trying to say, that is very important when you're talking about design. So when you are able to, because all all it is you know, they talk about it, the reference to, you know, the more people that you have on your crew, can think of it as the size of a ship. Most of your giant companies are a barge that takes forever for them to turn left or right or slow down or do anything. If you're a smaller boat, then you can make quick movements if needed, which is why we're seeing all these AA studios just killing it right now. But as far as the design, like, you know, when you're talking about how design is done and how, you know, like the proper process to be followed, you don't need bureaucracy will kill creativity every single time. You want creativity to be paramount, and there is a middle ground. So if they have like 20 or 40, some people can do it with like 200 or 300. I've freelanced at places where they have a larger department, but as long as the communication is good and your project managers are talking, you can get it done. But once it gets to the point where it's just emails, it's crap.
19,000 is a little bit insane, and kind of explains why Ubisoft is the way Ubisoft is.
Right.
Here,
I'm
let
just
me,
saying,
let
I've
me
went
read
through
this
all
out
of it.
really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have a smaller team, so we can be a lot more agile. We can take bigger risks creatively. That's something that the AAA studios cannot and will not do. That's why we're only seeing unique genres come out of AA or, you know, single developer games, and react quicker than you can in a bigger production. So we intend to use that by making something that is creatively a little bit riskier. One of the strengths of having a small team is that you can solve things really quickly. We can make things that are pretty intricate because not many people need to be in the room for the conversation to happen. And despite most of the team hailing from AAA backgrounds, I think a lot of these people were poached from like, you know, Ubisoft and places like that.
CDPR and yeah.
They probably quit because you get tired of that stuff when you get a bunch of bureaucracy.
True.
Yeah. When you
it seems like they are all enjoying the degree of freedom and creative control Neon Giant allows them. So they weren't even allowed to do what they want to do.
Yeah, and that's what you run into whenever you have that many people. It's like Mo was saying, it all turns into emails because everything has to be cleared with another product manager, another level of management. It's an endless chain of, okay, somebody has to get to the person at the top that says okay, and then we've got to pass that okay all the way back down. It causes time constraint issues, it causes production issues, it causes every kind of issue you can possibly imagine. Whatever you don't let a creative that is actually making the game or writing the story just make the decision, and then have a small group of people that goes, yeah, that's the direction we want to go.
Yep.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see gaming sort of go a step up in the next few years as these larger gaming studios go back to the old ways. Because when CDPR announced their whole restructuring, they did like this big sort of tech conference thing where they gave like a whole TED talk, and it sort of sent waves through the gaming industry, and they went, oh, yeah, that's how we used to do it. Maybe we should go back to doing that again.
Yep. Hayden, which brand of vodka do you prefer?
Tito's, baby.
I knew that. I just wanted you to answer.
Yep.
Let's see here. We got Red French Moon with a super sticker. See if I can find it. Looks like a little doggo with hearts coming out.
Yeah, we love doggos.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Thanks, dude. And then we got Isaac, as Niat pronounces it, with a rainbow, which perfectly describes his personality for $1.49. Thank you, Isaac. And I love how Niat says 556X45. Isaac's like, can you please explain to him what that means? And I'm like, no.
Australians aren't even allowed to own guns.
Oh, but yeah. What do you guys think about? Do you have any other discussion about the smaller studios?
So one of the problems with the whole AAA situation is you do that crunch, you work like crazy, and then they lay you off. All the contractors gone, a bunch of people laid off. So you hard crunch, you ship a game, and then they fire people, they lose people. Whereas a AA studio, you actually know you're going to continue having a job after the game ships. And I assume that studio is going to be adding new employees.
Yeah, because those people aren't contractors, and that's what a lot of people that may not work in a contract industry don't get.
So you have skin in the game as well. You care more about that end product rather than the people who know they're going to be laid off as soon as it finishes.
Yeah. What if the new meta is actually you join a AAA studio to get your work experience in under your belt, so that you can get into the gate-kept AA studio games?
Honestly, that's the way that works. ABF. Like I seriously, like when I started out doing graphic design, you would have to be, if you're almost always a freelancer, because if you work for a company, you're getting paid salary and it's garbage. Like it's just not worth it for your creative endeavors. They're gonna make you crunch all the time because they know what they're gonna pay you each month. But when you're a freelancer and you're a contractor and stuff like that, the same thing. You basically put in the effort and you crunch. You're used to the crunch. You're all about the crunch. If you are into creative design and you are not ready to crunch, you do not belong in that career, because that is part and parcel. Because you'll be feast where you'll just be so busy for so long, and then you'll have nothing for a while. It's almost like, when you watch Deadliest Catch, it's a much dorkier, nerdier version than that, where you're just basically like, okay, I'm going to make all this money for like 6 months and I'm going to get nothing. And I'm going to make all this money for 6 months and I'm going to get nothing. So it's just, that is the way of like if you're a creative.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This actually, they have stability. When you got that stability, you're going to probably create better things.
Exactly, because you don't have to worry about, you don't have the stress.
But contractors are literally brought in to just do the hard work at the moments that you have to do the hard work. Like I've got contractors in my industry as well, and we have more contractors come out at the moments that we have like big production things happening in the oil field, right? There's new wells coming on, there's new things that are happening. So they bring in contractors, and those guys all know my job is only going to last until this is done. Hopefully I can perform well enough that they'll hire me again next time they need more contractors.
I was actually about to make this point, and the benefit for the gaming industry, because that's actually one way where you can focus your company. Because if we look at here, Virtuoso Studios, who just worked on the Oblivion remaster, they're also doing Metal Gear Solid Delta, they did Snowbite, they did Suicide Squad, Modern Warfare 3, Forbidden West, Hogwarts Legacy, like tons into Cyberpunk 2077, tons of games that they've come in to help get over the finish line or make DLC for. There's Midnight Suns right there.
And they know that they are not being brought in to do a job that they're going to keep. They're being brought in to help finish up at a crunch time, and then it's time to look for the next job.
Yeah, but when you look at all these games, it's a profitable market to be in if you market it right. Going all the way back to Wolverine here is Crash. There's the Beowulf game, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, but the thing is, this company also needs to budget itself accordingly, because they know they don't have consistent work. They know that their track record will likely get them another job after the current job is done, but they have to budget accordingly, and they can't pay everybody $100,000 a year and have 19,000 people working there and still stay profitable.
Yeah, and that's like when you're into the creative sphere, like whether you're in like the corporate, sector or if you're doing anything else.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is, but it's basically like you have to network and you have to work your ass off, and you'll get to know people, and you will go to different jobs. You will get on jobs, and you might be like called back more people, but it's just, this is a fully it's a 100% meritocracy, and it has to be. And as we've seen with all these studios, with all the crap that they put out, like South of Midnight, it's just like you can't dial it in, otherwise everybody sinks. So you have the best people on staff, and after a while, it might not be you. It might not be you just because of your creative insight. It's just how it is, and that's just how it is with all creative endeavors. Like, people want it to be easy. They want to have a 40-hour week. That's not how it works. You're going to average 40 hours a week, but one half of the year is going to be 80. The other half of the year is going to be looking for another gig.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is.
You're mowing lawns on the weekend because you don't have anything.
Or you're Ubering your ass off. Yeah.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to bring up, Hayden, you mentioned about contractors. Concord brought in contractors because they were doing work that their current developers that they had thousands of didn't know how to do.
Absolutely.
So-
And that's it. And I guarantee you half of those contractors, half, I would say, and that may be being generous, half of them knew that they were just there for that one project, and they knew they would be essentially, it's not that you're fired, it's that your contract
is
is
over.
not
Yeah, I know.
renewed.
Yeah. And as an artist and whatnot, it sucks having to do that and having that stability where the AA studio actually hires you and you know they're going to keep you around. That is going to make you create even better.
Well, see, even with my job in the oil field, again, not in the creative industry, I'm in the oil field. Every year, I sign a contract in January that is a 12-month term of I am a contract worker for this company for the next 12 months. Now, we can choose to terminate that contract at any time. I've been lucky enough to be there for going on 6 years, but I am a contract worker. When the work is done that I do, my job's gone. But I, put myself out there. I manage a lot of areas and stuff like that so that they know that if they're having to cut down on a contract that they're renewing somewhere, it's not going to be me because I've put myself into the position to be somebody that they find valuable enough to renew.
And that's what's up. The great thing is that they feel that they will rehire you not rehire you. They'll recontract you every time because they don't owe you any retirement. That's all on you. You gotta set that aside for social security. So it's a lot less impetus on them because they can let you go at any time. But if you are game and you are able to handle yourself in the field that you are contracted in, that's the balance. Is like you were going to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, but you have to be mentally cued in to doing that job. If you're just looking for an easy job, you don't belong in contract work at all. You need to be ready to just put it down because there's going to be feast and there's going to be famine.
Yeah, contract work is completely meritocratic.
It's a different creature, and it's not for everybody. And if they're trying to make it for everybody, it's gonna fail every time.
Absolutely. And that's part of the problem with the gaming industry is that they have delegated everything out to be contractors to people who don't understand what contract work is, and they think that they have a continuing job. No, you were paid for a certain amount of time to get a job done. The job is done. They're not going to continue to pay you anymore. If you want something more stable, then you need to sign on with one of these companies, not sign on as a contractor or be a part of somebody like Sweet Baby Inc., which was a contract agency that basically the way that they operated was they had their DEI people in the company, and then they would hire those people out to different companies. But that's what the jobs always end. They always end, and then you've just got to wait on the next one to come through.
No. Well, to carry on this conversation, but to one of probably one of the most successful stories, Elden Ring sales just now crossed 30 million after 3 years.
Wow.
And
Great game.
just as a reminder, I don't remember if they say in here, but this studio that made this game was 300 developers.
Wow.
And in the credits, there was like something like 1,100 people. But a lot of that was contract work. But the core development team was 3. So 300.
Well, I'd just like to say that Hogwarts Legacy did that the year after in 1 year. So
there are games that are more successful than others. But I'm just saying, this is another example of a smaller studio having great success. I'm not sure how big Hogwarts was.
Avalanche, very small studio. They just had the WB behind them and obviously the Harry Potter brand.
So then that sounds like it's even more successful than
They got a lot of funding because of the IP that they were able to secure doing a product for. And Elden Ring was something that that was from with From Software being the publisher, they had a long track record, and of course we know Souls-like games. Everybody knows what a Soulsborne is, and it's because the track record of their publishing did so well that they were able to help fund things. And then, you know, having somebody like George R.R. Martin step in to help write some of the lore for it. Yeah, you can have a very small core development team, but then you contract out a guy to make the environment, make the character models, make this or that, and you pay them a set amount of money. And once they're done, they're done. You let them go. That's it. They got hired for that freelance work. And then
we know, Hayden, we know. You said it. We know.
Okay. And then one last story before we get out of here. Star Wars Eclipse was announced in 2021 at the Game Awards. You guys remember this?
Of course.
Yeah, it was this the same one that was 1818?
No, 1313.
1313. Yeah.
Completely different games.
Yeah, different. Little has been shared about the game since its initial reveal trailer, and the game isn't scheduled for release. Let's just take a look at the trailer really quick.
This is Quantic Dream.
Yeah.
Yes. Detroit Become Human.
So
Heavy Rain.
cutscenes, no gameplay. It's all just cutscenes, right?
I remember watching this. Yeah.
So it was announced in 2021. It's now 2025, and they claim to have some progress. What do you think that progress looks like?
Is that from Dune?
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Coming out of the goop.
I thought it was. I thought it was Erwin hanging up the rug behind his wall.
That's my butthole.
It was Sauron from.
Actually, yeah, kind of looked like this.
It stared at me first.
They've shared concept art after 4 years, so they are really far along, right? Look at look at this art. This is incredible.
Why does Jar Jar Binks have Bell's palsy?
They have character models. Oh, look, they have real world items and
that's a tuba.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is pretty cool. Yeah.
Why does the thing with the red outfit on? Why does it look exactly like Nerd Slap with the tuba?
Hey, you weren't supposed to tell anybody. It was supposed to be a secret. Now you
already paid me, man. Give me a break.
This looks like Niat's new model for his VTuber. Got that long ass.
Wait, does Niat have an Ithorian model? Or wait, is that no Iridonian?
No, he's just got a weirdly long neck because of the screen the skin that's on it.
He looks like an unused asset from Tomb Raider. Sorry, Niat.
Yeah, that's the game. I just wanted to share that with you. Like, they're putting out these articles. You're like, guys, check out this cool art. And I'm like, this fucking game was announced 4 years ago, and you're showing art?
Concept art.
Yeah, we're in Dustborn DLC before you get a real trailer.
Oh, I just thought that was funny.
Contractors. That's what it is. They got contractors.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let's see here. I was going to talk about some Battlefield 6 stuff, but I think I'm going to save it for Wednesday. So we'll have that to look forward to. Let's see here. Naganal, you're always the best person to pick on first.
Go for it.
We have an emote for it now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't drop those in chat.
Yeah. Tell everybody where you're going to be at. We were not talking shit about your model at all. Okay.
I love how long the neck is.
I'll take that bullet. I'll be the meat shield for this conversation.
Oh man, and I love you sticking to the ISAC.
I'm gonna have to shame you on the lacking the apostrophe and the e though. You're supposed to be all fancy words and stuff, and you use the wrong "your."
It's
I don't
unforgivable.
Know anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's Australian. We don't know how they spell things over there. The Brits spell gray correctly, and they say aluminium correctly. I mean, foreigners, man.
Actually, before you get to your outro, that was going to be riveting. We got Orange Gotten for $4.99. I'm in construction, and this is very much feast or famine. Last week was slow, but today was the most material deliveries I've made in a day. Hail GCA.
You never know with contract work, and the gaming industry doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's part of the fun is like the adrenaline rush when you actually get a lot of work. You're like, yeah, let's get it done. And not for everybody.
And, Moxie, who we're going to be raiding into, thank you for the lemon party. Let's see here. I was going to raid into the dualies, but I think by the time we end, they're going to be ready to end too, right? It's Katie's birthday.
Yeah, I still owe her a birthday
Oh,
present.
shit.
Thank you for the reminder.
Probably should have said something.
Oh yeah, it's around that time. I don't know.
Yeah. We're still going to raid into... Yeah, we're going to raid into the dualies.
Okay.
Even though Andy's there, whatever. But Nagardal, now that you had time to think about your outro, go.
Oh shit, I forgot to think about it. No, I don't know. You can catch me on my channels on YouTube and Kick. I'll probably be playing something like Pal World or Minecraft or God of War Ascension. I started playing that again, so
You should think about Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
yeah, I will. Everybody is playing that, so
yeah, give it a shot.
Spruce it up. I'll play it eventually.
Oh, Lion King. That way, you play a lot of retro games on your channel. You should try out Lion King.
Could try. Is that the PS1?
Raging Jisser, yeah.
If it's on PS1, I could download it.
I think Lion King is on PS1. Yeah, I'll have to check.
I just played Hercules because it was very nostalgic.
Stinkman.
Hey,
Where you
yeah,
gonna be
you
at?
can catch me. You can catch me here on Monday and Wednesday, and then I also do my Tarkov streams on Tuesdays, and I owe Nerd Slap a Hogwarts stream, so I'll probably be doing that this week. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Interesting.
I
Yeah,
will
I only
note that I've
bought it,
only
like, a
seen
year
1 through
ago.
3 of Harry Potter, so I'm also probably going to binge watch the movies too. I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, according to a certain American in the chat, that's when the movie stopped being good. But whatever. Her opinion's irrelevant. Anyway.
I heard the last ones are the best ones, so
Absolutely. Half-Blood Prince is a top 10 movie. It really is.
Oh, you got her going.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yo, Jets' his attention now.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah?
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Just don't start talking about Rings of Power.
Yes, that's right. I said your opinion is irrelevant. I don't care who inspired you to be an author. You're from over there. It doesn't matter.
Over there, man, the disrespect.
Wow.
Mudblood.
You're from that place that doesn't put ketchup on toast and beans on there too.
I mean, bastard.
I have never once in my entire life put ketchup on toast.
Yeah, you put beans on there though. I've
He
seen
puts
it.
beans on his toast. Yeah.
Hey, beans on toast is a delicacy. Don't knock it till you try it.
It's not delicate.
Right?
The Germans aren't bombing your country anymore. You can elevate your cuisine.
Hey, I had some roast beef earlier.
I agree with
No,
Hayden.
she didn't.
Norman doesn't have to worry about like somebody with a bad exhaust system and confuse it with a buzz bomb in Minecraft. It's like, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You're welcome.
That's Ireland, Mo. Honestly.
Hey, next you're gonna tell him to stop fucking sheep. Like, come on, have some cultural sensitivity.
Listen, I understand that's his culture. I'm not going to go.
That's
that
where the
far, but
haggis
beans
gets the
on
flavor
toast.
from. All right, don't blame him for that.
I'm a foodie.
Oh, you're not knocking haggis. I guarantee one bite of haggis and it would melt in your mouth.
Oh, I would
guaranteed.
probably enjoy it. Yeah, I'm down with that. But all of
But
your
haggis
opinions
needs
are
some
shite.
tatties. Perfect.
I mean, my go-to is the liver of an animal, personally. So
There are better parts of animals that exist. So.
Giblets.
It's the
Hayden and I
filter
can
of the
definitely
animal
attest to it.
species. So
Genuinely, Jess, my one
ours are a big
complaint
gaming at
about
this
the
point.
entire Harry Potter series, whether it's the books, the movies, or any games, there's too many bloody English people in there. It's set in a castle in Scotland. There's not enough Scottish people.
Yeah, British
I
people
demand
can't act
retribution.
either. Get the British people out. They're terrible actors. Especially
yeah, sure. Okay,
British
sure.
children actor.
Alan
Oh my
Rickman
god, those
was
first 3
great.
movies.
When I make my move.
Bo, tell everybody how much you love Harry Potter.
It's gay. But
I don't. Need
I
to
was the
explain
guy
to
that
the
was
chat
saying
how
that I
gay
was the
you
guy
are, Mo.
that
Come
was
on.
telling people that Dumbledore died. double bore is probably.
Oh, you know what? You were that guy that everybody wanted to stab in the theater.
I just want to stab him wherever.
I was pretty
guys-
heavy
do
at
you
the
guys
time, so I had
remember
a lot of armor. But
Do you guys
anyways,
remember that was a thing that happened.
I was fat shaming Isaac today for posting a cannoli.
why would you fat shame him? There's so many other things to pick on him about. Is the fact that he's like 6'5", 250 pounds, but he's got the voice of a Kevin McAllister.
Isaac, have you even seen The
I
Godfather?
wanted to try out a different insult on him if this felt right.
I don't know, making fun of his voice. His voice.
Isaac, you should eat healthy, like ABF's 2 filet mignons on a bed of bacon.
Yeah, the filet mignons were also wrapped in a piece of bacon as well.
I didn't notice.
Yo,
that.
dog.
Committing war crimes against animals. With
Actually,
his
I
dinner.
couldn't
Sure you cook it right.
I couldn't eat the second one, so it's in the kitchen. I'm going to eat it after stream.
Nice.
You know, all in moderation. Did
After
you finish your
midnight.
outro, Mo?
Yeah, no, I support everything ABF says. Nerd Slap's an asshole, and Stankman, you are the most vociferous person I've ever streamed with. You should quit talking so much.
What does vociferous mean? That's a new one.
It means you talk a lot. It means you're very, very like. It's
Very
like when you get Erwin when he
Certain
talks
kind of
about like
tree.
well, like when you get
it's a tree and like alpine areas.
Mo likes to bust out the thesaurus before Monday hangover.
my outro. Done.
Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. Politics with. Wait, how does this work? Politics with these gentlemen, and probably not Isaac. No, I'm just keeping it to us. No one else is allowed. Only the cool kids. So that way we actually have a chance to talk. Can't wait to make fun of Canadians tomorrow.
Is anything happening on Saturday, Erwin?
Oh, PC building stream. Come on down to watch me break something. Hopefully not the GPU. That's the most expensive.
My favorite part is when you get to put in thermal paste on the CPU and how everyone says you did it wrong. Every single person's going to say you did it wrong.
It's always wrong.
I'm doing it how ABF says it, so you all blame him. If I
Wait,
break it,
okay.
it's his
ABF.
fault.
You
Is it
just
key
squirt
size
the-
or the whole tube?
No, you put the whole tube on there, obviously.
all right.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have given you a whole tube, right?
ABS said you got to taste it first, make sure it's still fresh.
That's true.
No, that was Mo.
It's good for you. It cleans out your insides because it's got silver. It's antimicrobial. So
Nano silver. I'm down with some nano silver. All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna taste it.
There you
then.
go.
Yep. Hayden, have you found out what it tastes like?
I don't do that. Now, so tomorrow, right before our politics stream, I will be on Words of Paradise channel. That's Leon's channel.
I'm sorry.
Be on with him, Sammy 3-Pete, and maybe Cinevere. I'm not sure. But we're going to be talking the Mandela effect and my favorite conspiracy theory. Yeah, and
That's
then
cool. That's a good one.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that one. So we're going to be talking that tomorrow, and then we'll do our politics stream Wednesday. We got Late and Gay with the GCA, and I might show up on Trigger Happy if we talk Clair Obscur, because I'm going to be playing that over the next couple of days, and that's pretty much it. Maybe show up on the Saturday PC building stream, because I am also a former IT professional, so it might be fun to poke some fun as somebody tries to figure out how to build a PC. We'll see.
See if I survive the thermal paste.
It's sort of a pass fail.
As long as you throw up within 30 seconds of ingestion, you're good.
That just means you're weak. Your body
Too
needs
cool.
to overcome
Really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Accurate. It doesn't kill me. Gives me cancer in a few years.
I'm pretty sure your background will become your entire reality if you eat thermal.
I have had actually, do I gotta freebase it, or you think I can just ingest it?
No, you can just ingest it.
Well, are you gonna put a P-shaped dose on your tongue, or are you gonna put an X on there?
I was gonna go toothbrush.
You're gonna do the Verge method. Okay, gotcha.
No, you're thinking mercury. I wouldn't do that. Only an idiot would do that.
Nerd Slap, banger intro. Also, you redid the outro, so we have all the members in there properly as of last week, anyways.
And some new memes.
Those are good
Swapped out
ones.
some of the memes a little bit, but yeah, you can find me over on Kick and YouTube. I was playing some Schedule 1 earlier today, and it was fun. I'm looking forward to keep playing that. I'm definitely gonna be playing some more Expedition 33.
Oh, wait, what's the funniest name of one of your drugs in Schedule 1?
Oh, I would have to say, I think one of the, well, I don't know if it's the
Or your
funniest, but
favorite.
I think the best one so far is it's titled Ronan is Gay.
I love it.
Excellent. Acceptable.
10 out of 10.
Perfect.
I will take an entire bottle, not just a little
I got
packy. I want the bottle. Yeah.
I'll call Benji. I'll have him call you.
Benji is the best dealer, so I trust him.
Yeah, that Emma bitch. Is that her
Yeah,
name?
I'm
Emma.
gonna need an entire palette for the next time I play Marvel Rivals with him. So yeah.
Hell yeah, Norman. Thanks for joining us today. Where are you gonna be at?
Yes, well, I actually still have the Hogwarts bug as well, so I think I'm going to fire up the save that I started in December, I think it was. Halfway through that, it's winter time. If anyone in the chat is feeling generous tonight, kindly click on that little YouTube link on the bottom there and head on over and hit that sub button. Currently 2 away from 50. Would very much appreciate your support out there.
I double checked last week. I am subscribed. I'm doing my part. Chat, come on. We can get him to 50 at least. Come on.
Come on, just 2 more of you. That's all I need.
My part.
2 of you lovely fingers out there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, join us next week for Trigger Happy on Wednesday before GCA stream. Late and gay.
I like you too, Jess.
You're gonna be redirected forcibly over to Katie and Andy's stream. Hold my DualShock. Wish Katie a happy birthday when you get over there. And let's see here. Do I even have the video loaded up correctly?
ABF raid. Happy birthday.
Happy 35th birthday. It'll make her very happy.
And do not try thermal paste. It's probably actually really bad for you.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, just go with the good old fashioned PVA. Like you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Just, bust out the old Sharpie or model glue. That's better. Elmer's,
That says
I think.
51. Thank you very much, Chet.
Yeah.
Smell great.
Mucilage.
Let's see here. Did I miss any super chats? Nope. All right, everybody. I will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Deuces.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see. I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes.
Hey, the truck looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live. I'm on live TV. Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Pal, I know a dead hooker when I see one.